Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this logo and it's really pretty sharp. It's going to trace good. He's just having trouble tracing it. It only wants to engrave the black, like on this, I guess, anodized aluminum knife. I've already done it. Really pretty easy. So for the one I'm doing it for, I've reduced it in size. I think it'll help Corel trace it. It's less than 4. I'm going to set my nudge factor on 5. I'm going to go to trace bitmap, outline trace, clip art, which works 99% of the time. Now it's done. I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to move it over. And you can kind of see that we're halfway there, but we have some problems with the no black line, but that's not a problem. We are going to go to object and group and ungroup it. And I am going to get rid of that gray. No, I don't want to do that. So I want to take away the gray, left click, right click, and outline. Now I'm going to go up to object and break the curve apart. By doing that, I can grab my box and move it over. Now I can take my letters. I'm actually going to move them down just in case they're a problem, but I am nudging so it'll go right back to that other spot. I think I got a ghost there. So whenever you see something that doesn't move, what did I hit delete? So, and then group this together, Control G. And then that way we can nudge it right there. We don't want it in there yet. So I'm going to take it and move it down. Now I'm going to take these shapes, and I'm only going to take one of them. And I'm going to grab them, and I'm going to left click, right click. And I am going to nudge them over. Because the thickness of the line, it just doesn't work. And I got one little bitty piece of trash right there. Now these are broken apart, so I'm going to take my pick tool and get right there on that node. I'm going to put it right there on that corner. And then I'm going to take this one, I'm going to put it right there on that corner. Now, they're not perfect. The line angle isn't perfect, but that in this case is not going to matter. And then I'm going to take this one and put it right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to group these together, Control G. I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate, and I'm going to mirror them both ways. Now I can take this one and put it right there. Now, for this to work, I've got to ungroup them. And then I'll be able to select them all. And I'm going to go to Object and Combine. Now, those two lines that were kind of separated, it won't really matter because now but they're combined. So we're going to make them. And this is where you can use whatever thickness you want. In this case, well, I'm a little bit off there. Let me back up here. I don't like that at all. You've got to be on that corner at least. Matter of fact, that's an odd shape. So I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete all these nodes. And I'm going to grab this node, hold shift, select this node, and I'm going to right click and turn them into a line. And then I should be able to take, it's always better with your pick tool, go from node to node. See, we're still off a little bit, but I think it's going to work. And really, but if I was doing it for myself, I would go ahead and do this and combine them now. And then make them a thicker line just to see how they look. They won't look, they look pretty good now. Yep. So what I want to do is I want to back up before I combine them. I want to make sure they're separated. And I'm going to group them together. Control G, Control D to duplicate and mirror them both directions. And then grab that and I'm going to zoom in because I need to be right on that mark for this to work perfectly. I want to get that node and have it snap to that node. Now, remember they're a group. So let's go and ungroup everything. See how your combine is grayed out is because there's some that's already a group. Go up to Object, Combine. Now let's make them, and in this case, I really think a thinner line is going to look better on this engraving, but that's your prerogative, your artistic ability. And then just take your name and put it back up, group it together, size it for your knife, and you're on your way. Now, one thing about it I didn't really mention is that what I should have done, let me back up here, and when we're sizing this, let me get it back to the original size, and let's take, probably got it grouped, ungroup it. Let's take our deal here, and this is where we made it, but hit F12 on your keyboard and click right here and check that off, Scale with Object. That way, when you make it a different size, the lines will still be the same thickness no matter what size you put. Well, they'll be a different thickness, but they'll be relative to what you're doing. It'll make them stay whatever thickness they are for that line. And then make sure you always delete everything on your board you don't need. I hope that helped him a little bit. Thank you for watching.